What's happening, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Bokman's Vlog. Hope everyone is doing well. It's actually New Year's Eve. It is early morning. I had no plans on doing a video, but since I'm the only one in the office, not surprising, figured I would get on here and we would do a video for my predictions about the real estate market and wholesale market going into 2019. I've already had a bunch of people ask me what do I think changes are going to be and what are some of my predictions or thoughts on what's going to be kind of next. And so figured why not a better time to do it than do it now on New Year's Eve going into 2019. So some of the things that and I apologize if my thoughts are kind of random, but we're living in a world where there's so much information that there's an influx, and there has been an influx of so many people jumping into the real estate market, including people such as myself. And the reality of it is majority of the people that are currently wholesaling and doing some investment stuff, some of the new flippers and buy and hold guys, is that most of us, including me, have been in the real estate market for less than 10 years. And so what that should tell you is the last 10 years, depending on where you are in the country, specifically here in Philadelphia, for the last 10 years has been nothing but an up. So you see a lot of people talking about the market, a lot of people getting in, because for the last 10 years, it's been nothing but an up. But now we're starting to see a little bit of a correction, and we're actually starting to see in a lot of markets across the United States, some down as low as 20%. 20%, which is huge. I do follow markets across the United States, so I am looking at the numbers. And so it is starting to trickle over, and we are starting to see that here already in Philadelphia. And I'm starting to see a change as well. And so some of my predictions for 2019, for those of you that are wholesaling, if you don't know it already, the bigger companies are watching us, meaning like they're trying to take our business, which means companies like Zillow and Redfin and Keller Williams and some of the big box realty companies, they are starting to dump millions and millions and millions of dollars into figuring out a way to become a complete one-stop shop where they can buy your house, sell your house, property manage your house. And even if you go on Zillow right now, I think there are some options where you could sell right now. There are publicly traded companies. I believe one of them is called Open Door. If you haven't heard of them already, they're doing some damage out on the West Coast, and it just gives owners another option. So when people ask me, what are my predictions? I don't think anything will stop. I just think, just like with any other industry, the top will continue to rise while everyone else just really gets bumped out of the game. And so technology is going to be a huge investment and a huge area of our concentration. And so if you're not focused heavily on technology, then you're always going to be kind of hustling to try to get deals, because eventually direct mail and bandit signs and things like that those will die. And talking to you agents, if you agents are watching this, if you're not on the social media world, if you're not working with investors and wholesalers, if you're just dealing with residential buy and sells, you will be affected in the next, I would say, 5 years, or if maybe even less. I would say a majority of the agents and some of the small brokerages, or even the larger brokerages that haven't really kept up with the times, I see them going away. I'm already starting to see mergers in my local market, meaning some of the bigger companies are merging or swallowing up the little guys to just make themselves bigger and bigger and bigger. And so those are kind of my predictions for 2019. I think if you're not set up today for success, you're going to really, really struggle. You're going to be, doing deals month to month and struggling to get deals. So I would say that the biggest changes are going to be, you're going to see more influxes of technology. You're going to see more savvy agents working with investors and vice versa. You're going to see a lot more top wholesalers, partnering up with some of the brokerages. So those are kind of some of my things. So if you're watching this and wondering, what should you be doing? I think if you're avoiding technology, if you're avoiding social media, if you're avoiding all that stuff, I don't think that the next 5 years are gonna do well for you. It's gonna be a hustle and a grind to get deals, I think. And I think just like anything else, the cream will rise to the top. So I would say those are my predictions for 2019. My advice for you is if you are continuing to do the exact same thing that you've been doing for years and years and years and years, you will continue to get the exact same results. I met with a friend of mine the other day who was saying something about, the guy that mentored him. He's been doing it for like 20 years now, but I stopped him right there and I said, yeah, that guy's been doing it himself for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. He's never grown, right? So the things that he's teaching you will probably serve you well and get you to a certain point. But after that, what do you do? So my advice for you guys is to make sure you are continuing to educate yourselves. Do not think that you know everything. Read a blog post a day, listen to real estate podcasts, read books that have nothing to do with real estate, maybe about entrepreneurship or how to utilize your time. Whatever it is, keep on learning, keep on evolving with the times. And as I always say, if you're not evolving, you're dying. Everyone, make it a great new year. Thanks for tuning in for 2018. I have a lot more in store for 2019, so I hope you stay with me. Once again, be safe, healthy, make it a great one, and I'll see you in 2019. Let's get it.